Right, so today we're going to learn something else. It's called trapezoidal rule. Basically, it's an alternative for integration. It's mainly being used for calculating area under the graph. Why do we use this method, sir? Sometimes it's just difficult for us to integrate stuff, such as if I give you something like this, sine x square root. You can, but it's quite tough. And sometimes if you got something like this, ex to the power of squared dx, this one is very difficult to be integrated. Okay, so we're just going to learn the alternative method. Alright, so do you remember the trapezoid area? Formula. Or maybe trapezium. If I give you something like this, where this is A, this is B, and this is H, how do you find the area? Area is simply A plus B divided by 2 times H. This is something you should have learned in your high school days. Okay? Something easy. So basically what is happening right now, if I give you a curve, we are changing each of them into a small curve, small trapezium, over and over and over and over again. That's the basics of it. So we can call this one as a y0 strip, this line is y0, y1, y2, y3, and so on, and we can call this yn according to the number of n you have. Right, there are many ways on how for us to memorize the formula. The one that I like to use is, okay, sorry, I haven't finished this one yet. So basically what happened is the first strips will become y0 plus y1 over 2 plus, and then times h. H will be here. Imagine if I draw them correctly. Times h. Just some backstories, okay? Times h plus and so on. You can add some more, y2 plus y3 over 2 times h. And finally, if I repeat this many times, I get myself yn minus 1 plus yn over 2 times h. If you look over here, you will see that y1 appears twice, y2 appears twice. That also means if I go further and further and further, y3 will happen twice, so ends yn minus 1. The only thing that doesn't appear twice is y0 and yn. It doesn't appear twice, it only appear once. So if I were to say this is, we can consider the first y. I propose we memorize it this way, y first and y last. Easy for us to memorize. So the trapezoid rule, instead of integrating fx dx, where a and b, I call it as a X min range, X max range. What do I mean by that? If we were to consider this is as our A, as our A and B. Instead of integrating this one here, the formula now becomes H over 2 Y first plus Y last plus times 2 of everything Y in between. Doesn't help that much. These are the formula that you need to memorize, where H is basically X min range, X max minus X min range over 2. Right, so the one that you need to memorize, highlight it down again, is this. Okay. Sir, why don't you put this over here, sir? Why do we make into one long paragraph? Well, sometimes H is given. Okay, so let's have a look. Allahu Akbar. Sorry, this is N. Where N is actually a number of strips. What do you mean by strips, sir? Okay, let's rewrite them again. Let's say if I give you something like this. 4 and 1. I don't have the graph with me. Okay, firstly we calculate the H. How do we calculate the H? Okay, let's say you are given here with 4 strips. Calculate by trapezoidal rule. Strips. So H will be X max range minus X min range over N number of strips. So max is 4 minus 1 over 4 strips. So you get yourself 3 over 4. Are you okay? X max, X min, strips. So you got h is 3 over 4. Okay, where is exactly this h? If this is not a correct paragraph, not the correct graph, if I were to draw, might look something like this. We start here with 1, alright? And here might be 4, min and max, 1 and 4. And how many strips do we have? 4 strips. So obviously 1, 2. Okay, not the correct drawing. So 1 strips, 2 strips, 3 strips, and 4 strips. This is what we call strips. This whole thing here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 strips. That's where the strips comes in. And this h, which gives us 3 over 4, is from one distance to another distance of the strips. So 1 plus 3 over 4, well, you can say 1 over 3 over 4. The distance here is 3 over 4. And plus 3 over 4 again, what do you get? 2.5. Plus 3 over 4 again, 3, 1 over 4. Plus 3 over 4 again, you got 4. Are you guys okay? Where does this h is? The distance for them. Where is this strip, sir? The number of these strips. I want you to imagine them something like this. Okay? So now once you got everything over here, we would like to draw a table. Where, one moment, I use a computer for that one. Okay, once we reach there, we want to draw this table, right? Where this is the formula of that, formula of the function, and we start with x naught. X naught will be the first button here. Our first coordinate just now was 1, right? And then 1 plus 3 over 4. 1.75 or 1 over 3 over 4. Plus 3 over 4 again, 2.5. Plus 3 over 4 again, 3.25. Plus 3 over 4 again, we got 4. Are you guys okay? That's what we have calculated just now. And this one here is the value of when we transfer the value of 1, the x inside. Okay, we start with this formula. So you put 1 inside there, and you got this one. And you put the rest of the value, 1.75. It's over there. Or 2.5, 3.25, and 4. You got this one. This is what we call this one here. I think we got marker pen. Okay, this one here, 0.51 is the first. This one is also the last. This is y first, y last. This is y in between. Alright? Once we reach here, according to the formula, y first plus y last, 0.55824. And y in between, you sum of them, will give you something like this. Right? This topic is not that difficult, you just need to memorize the steps. And once you reach here, according to the formula just now, okay, according to the formula we got just now, h is, according to this one, h we calculate as 3 over 4, or can write down as 0.75, and then over 2, y first plus y last, the one we have calculated just now is 0.55882. 2, 4, that one is a bit too overkill. Plus 2. Y, don't forget you need to times 2 this one. Let me just highlight it with the blue color. And Y in between is 0.470571. Where did I get this value? Just from the table just now. Let me remind you again. Oh, sorry about that. This one is the H. This one is Y first plus Y last. Don't forget to times 2. And this one here, Y in between. Okay, and divide by 2. Just press in your calculator, you should get yourself 0.5625. Well, the questions can go further, something like this. I missed one thing from the questions. They want correct to 4 decimals. If they want 4 decimals, here give you 5. They go to 6. I go 5 enough. For me personally, if they want here 4, I will give here 5. I will give here 5. And this one I round to 4. Personally, that's how I will do. Alright, so you got the general idea? Okay, so let's go further. Okay, something that you need to know as well is this. How many strips you have here? 4. There also another term that you need to learn is called ordinates. This thing here, 1, 3 over 4, 2 half, 3 over 4, and 4. These 5 things is called ordinates. Ordinates, sorry. This thing here is called strips. How many strips I have? How many ordinates do I have? 5. Okay, and the formula that you need to use strips is over here. So ordinates will always be plus 1 than strips. How are you going to remember that ordinates plus 1 from strips? Well, strips has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 6 alphabets if you want to count the S. Ordinates have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one is longer words compared to the strips. Okay, so ordinates plus 1 since it's the longer words. So if I give you a question like this, if I say it has 4 ordinates, so basically how many strips? You guys okay? Right, so let's begin with the questions. Let's say we have something like this. And this is 8. It has 4 ordinates in this equation. And give your answer correct to 4 decimals. You want me to do with you, or you want to try by yourself? Let me try with you one more, okay? Right, so let's begin with the formula. So firstly is H equals to what? X max minus X min range You can call it that way. Over what? Over strips. So x max is 8 minus mean 1. How many strips? 4 ordinates mean 3 strips. Give you 7 over 3. You guys okay? Then where should I put this 7 over 3? Where should I put that 7 over 3? Okay, we want to draw the table. Remember that one. Y equals to ln x. You guys okay? And then the table. We start from the minimum. 1. 1 plus 7 over 3. You have calculator with you? If I were to go, I calculate 2 over 3. Sorry, 3 is it? One plus 7 over 3, I get myself 1 over 3, or 3.3333. And this one plus 7 over 3 again, I get myself 2 over 3. You guys okay? And I plus 1 over 3 again, I get myself 8. Okay, from here you can see, if you got them correctly, this is 4 ordinates. You guys agree? And what should you do now? Put this value of 1 into this equation. Y ln x give you 0. And I would like to start with this one if I were to give it choice. Ln 8 over here. You can press your calculator and get decimals. And over here, put them ln 3 1 over 3, ln 5 2 over 3. Press then your calculator and get the decimals. And what should I do now? This one here, plus it up, you get yourself ln 8, and plus of, and this one here, plus itself, and you got the value. If I'm not mistaken, you should get yourself, if you press your calculator, you should get this one 2.07944. And this one here, if you press, you should get yourself 2.93857. You guys okay? Memorize the steps. And what should you do once you reach here? What should you do once you reach there? Substitute inside the formula. Which formula should you substitute, sir? Okay, substitute inside the formula of... should you write this one? Maybe. I would love to, because we start from here, right? So it becomes, don't forget, it's h over 2, y first, plus y last, plus times 2 of y between. My goodness. Y in between. Okay, so h, what do we get? 7 over 3 or 2.201 over 3. Over 2. So press your calculator correctly. It should give you 7 over 6. y first plus y last, the one that we have calculated over here, 2.07944 plus times 2 of this thing we have calculated, 2.93857. Press that into your calculator correctly. You should be able to reach with the conclusion of 9.2827. 4 decimals. The questions would like to have 4 decimals. As I mentioned just now, if they want 4 decimals here, I give here 5. Yay! My method kali ini is correct this time. This one is 4. You guys okay? Alright, now, without me helping you, try by yourself if I give you these questions. Pi 0 square root of sine x. Use trapezoidal rule. If in exam they said to you use trapezoidal rule, then you don't have much of a choice. You must use trapezoidal rule. You cannot use normal integration with 5 ordinates. Correct to 4 decimals. Okay, good luck on your own. I will just write down the formulas. H equals to x max range minus x min range over strips, where strips is, how do I get the number of strips? Ordinates plus 1 equals to strips. That means if there's a 5 ordinates, how many strips? If the 5 ordinates, 4 strips. Remember, you want to get yourself into this table. This one you start with x min and final will be x max, the range. You plus with what? You plus with number of h you got over here. And remember, you want to calculate x, y min, y first, y last, and everything over here is y in between. This one here, plus it up. This one here, plus it up. And finally, the equation will be, copy that one back. Copy the original equation. Sine x square root phi 0 dx equals to what you got over here. This will be h over 2 y first plus y last plus 2 y in between. Okay, good luck. Those are all the formulas that you need. On your own. Okay, if I were to go with what I've write down, so this one x max range is pi, x min range is 0. The number of strips, we got 5 ordinates, that means 4 strips. So h is pi over 4. Alright? Let me start from beginning. So now original equation will be this one here. Square root sine x dx. You can put y equal, not a problem. So you start with your x min is 0, 0, and then you plus h. You plus h. H we got pi over 4. So we got ourselves pi over 4 over here. Plus pi over 4 again should get you pi over 2. Plus pi over 4 again give you 3 pi over 4. Plus pi over 4 again give you pi. I think I know your problem, why some of you could not get it. Okay, substitute 0 over here, sine 0 give you 0, square root of that will give you 0. Now what about we go with sine pi? Sine pi will also give you 0. Don't forget, if you're going to write down in pi, your calculator should be in radian. Yeah. That's what we call form 4. 16 years old questions. One moment, let me switch computer for a while. You should get this value if you calculate them in radian correctly. And remember these two, you plus. Over here give you 0. Over here you plus all of them. It's supposed to give you 2.1063. And then I copy the original equation back, sorry, without the y. Pi 0, this is the original question that we got, and we translate into the formula. H over 2, y first, plus y last, plus 2, y in between, h will be pi over 4. So pi over 4 over 2 should give you pi over 8. Y first plus y last we got over here as 0. Plus 2, y in between we calculated over here 2.1063. And press that into your calculators correctly. It should give you 2.1063. Sorry, I think I got this value wrong. My bad. 2.6 8179. Are you guys okay? Just memorize the steps. Okay, one final questions before we end. By trapezoidal rule, with 5 ordinates, calculate x squared dx 0.80. Correct to 4 decimals. Can you do it by yourself? Give it a try. The answer should be 1.0192. On your own, be quick. Okay, don't forget, 5 ordinates means 4 strips. That means your h should be 0.8 minus 0 over 4 give you 0.2. So from there, I will write down the equation y equals to ex squared you start with 0 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2, you reach 0.8, you stops, and you can see here 5 ordinates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ordinates as well. Substitute this value inside here and you get your answers. You got yourself y first, y last. The one here is 1. I don't have calculator. You should get this value. Class, do you got the same? This value and this value here. Right. And then what should we do from here? Y first plus y last. And y in between, you add them up. Boom, boom. And then how do you continue? The formula. Write down the original one. I would recommend for you to write down this original one. Okay, start your equation with this one. Original equation equals to h over 2, y first plus y last plus 2, y in between. Boom. H is 0.2, y first plus y last times plus 2 times 2 of this, and y in between give you that. Boom. We should get that as our answers. You guys okay? Alright, that's all for trapezoidal rule. It's a very easy topic. Should be able to help get you full marks and bonus marks for you. Congratulations. Please clap your hand. We end our lesson. Right, please comment, share, like and subscribe the video. Thank you.